Tony Bennett's daughters Antonia and Johanna are filled with childhood memories of their father's time spent on Cape Cod in Massachusetts every summer. Year after year, we would travel together and stay at the same hotel across from the Cape Cod Melody Tent. 50-year-old Antonia recalls their travels with Tony, who passed away on July 21, 2023, at the age of 96. Singer-songwriter Antonia continues, "He used to play there with his trio or quartet, and also sometimes with the big band. And on the previous evening when we would be there, a fantastic musician would be performing. For me, it was always a really significant period of time." The 54-year-old Johanna describes her time with her father there as amazing. At the Cape Cod Melody Tent, they always treated the artists that were playing in their families really, really well, she recalls. At 3 or 4 p.m., they would prepare large feasts for all the musicians. You would return year after year to such an incredible event. For Antonia and Johanna, who produce movies and live events, this summer will be unique because Sunday, July 21st, is the anniversary of Tony's passing. Johanna says, "We have a loose plan to maybe drive out to the cemetery on the anniversary," and Antonia says they might go to some of the places he liked to go, which are the Blue Note Jazz Club, Archuros, and Il Mulino in New York City. Johanna says she's been really looking back and trying to understand what my grief process has been over the past year in the days preceding the anniversary. "For me, I don't really feel like I've had the time to actually grieve," she states. "You get this notion that everything just stops and you can go cry for a day or a month or anything like that. For me, everything moved more quickly. I simply feel that everything had to be set away, and then it would occasionally hit me in the face." When Tony passed away, Antonia claims to have had a similar experience in which she got really busy. "Sometimes you put yourself on autopilot because you feel like you need to put one foot in front of the other," she explains. "People have told me in the past that it is difficult because after the first year, people stop asking you if you're okay or how you're doing or whatever, but that's actually the first moment in which you really start to feel it." She goes on, "It comes like a roll of waves, and waxes and wanes. I suppose it's complicated. I've found it difficult to just let myself feel everything. You really don't want to be experiencing those kinds of emotions all the time when you're in social situations, but sometimes things happen and you're in public. It feels too vulnerable." Johanna remembers being overcome with sadness during one of her first social gatherings following Tony's death. "Oh, good to see you," everyone said. "I'm just being regular because I haven't seen you in a while," she remarks. Then it dawned on one individual that it was their first time seeing me since Dad had died away. Suddenly, this one person's face takes on an expression of shock and concern, and someone asks, "Are you okay?" I thought, well, up until this very moment. Johanna continues, "It bubbles up in weird ways. It's a strange reminder sometimes because I happen to live in the same neighborhood in New York as he did for a long time." Johanna states that their favorite memory of their father is his sarcastic sense of humor. It's his phone calls that matter to Antonia, who will be touring through the summer and into the fall. "We used to talk pretty often, and that quieted down as he got older, but he was still calling on a regular basis up until the very end," she continues. "I simply longed to hear his voice. Every time he said my name, he would be extremely outgoing. He would say it so loudly and with such playfulness every time. It's still audible to me."